Hello all, Rambling Canuck here, back for another live stream. Sorry folks, it's a little bit later than normal. My back decided to go out yesterday, and I just got it to the point where I can actually sit down and do this, so sorry for coming on a little bit later than normal. Also, a little bit of a scheduling notice. Friday there will be no Ramble, as I am taking my kids camping for August long weekend, as it is a long weekend here in Winnipeg. So I'm leaving Friday morning and I'm not back till probably Monday afternoon. So in all likelihood, the Monday Ramble will be either an afternoon or an evening Ramble. But there will be no Friday Ramble because I will be out of town again. I'm taking my kids out to Hecla Lake, and we're going to go fishing, swimming, camping, and have absolutely... Oh, did I forget to change the name? I did too, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Okay, let's see. Can I fix this? I've never had to try this, so let's see if it fixes. I changed it on my end. We'll see if it changes it later. But yeah, so just a couple of brief little things. Again, sorry I'm on a little bit later. And sorry I forgot to change the morning Ramble thing. I thought I had, but I didn't. As I said, my back went out yesterday. I just got it to the point where I can actually sit down for more than 15 minutes without wanting to throw something. So I was finally able to get on. Again, just a couple of quick heads ups. Friday there will be no Ramble. As I will be gone to the lake with my kids from Friday till Monday. I'm taking my son and my daughter fishing, swimming, camping, and gonna have some bonfires and have some fun. So I'll be gone Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I'm hoping to have a Monday Ramble. It'll probably be afternoon or evening, more than likely evening. But yeah, so those are my quick little things. So I'll get to the chat now, as I'm slowly getting Bird of Prey 5 behind. So hold on. Thomas Potts is first in the chat as normal with hello. Derek McManus, morning well, then I'm in the future. Yeah, I forgot to change it. Life with Matthew says, hey Rambling, how's it going? It's been better. My back is kind of giving me grief, and because I love my children, I'm still going camping, which means I get 3 days of air mattress, and anybody who has a bad back will know that by Monday I should be crippled. So this is gonna be fun, the things I do in the name of love of my children. But anyway, Derek McManus is saying hi to Thomas. Thomas Potts, your back went out like on a date. No, it went out as in F you, I'm done. Thomas Potts says hi to Derek. Anti-Trekker says, yeah, why does it say the morning Ramble? Because I had a brain fart and forgot to change it. Bird of Prey 5 says, Kapla, it's morning somewhere. Yeah, there we go. It's got to be morning somewhere. And Derek McManus says hi there to Bird of Prey 5. Bird of Prey 5 says hi to Derek. Derek is saying hi to Auntie. Thomas Potts at Anti-Trekker. I defended the base and I sent to a recording on Discord. Coolness. At Anti-Trekker, Bird of Prey 5. Have you been on Space Engineers today? That doesn't sound promising. Bird of Prey 5 afternoon Ramble. We see it now. Okay, cool. So me correcting it on my end actually does work. Awesome. I did remember to switch the graphic. So it actually has the afternoon ramble graphic instead of the morning ramble. So at least I got that right. Thomas Potts, today is Friday. I wish I'd be fishing. Bird of Prey 5. Ooh, sorry about your back. Yeah, with the back condition I have, it just flares up. It'll inflame, and then I am pretty much done for about a day or two. So by Monday, as I said, because I'm going to be on an air mattress Friday night, Saturday night, Sunday night, by Monday I'm probably not going to be walking. Plus, it's a 2.5 hour drive there, 2.5 hour drive back. So yeah, my back's going to take a beating for the next 3 days. So I've been mainly trying to rest up. I want to get the Enterprise review out before I leave, because with Star Trek, with the Star Trek thing going on in Vegas, I can just imagine that I'm going to miss out on a whole bunch of new trailers and everything else, and I'll be playing catch up Monday when I get back. But yeah. Anti-Trekker, back pain. On the bright side, what works best for me for the pain is legal where you are. Yes, it is legal. The only problem is I can't use it. Because if I do, I throw up. I take an injection every week that I am very thankful I live in Canada and it's covered, because it's $900 in an injection. But I find that the medication that I have to inject and that certain substance do not get along, and I end up sicker than a dog if I try to use that. So I resort to the end all, which is Crown Royal. That seems to agree with it. Bird of Prey 5, Anti-Trekker, I was in while you were live. Bird of Prey 5, but not since. Life with Matthew says being crippled just means more time for YouTube, right? Well, yes and no, because I have to be able to sit for a long period of time, and if my back is because where my pain is in my lumbar spine. So if I'm sitting for any length of time when my back is inflamed, by the end of the live stream I would be in tears. So I tend to try to get it when I try to get on the live stream when my pain level is a little lower. And because I did this last live stream, and I promised, and because I didn't have a lot of people in that live stream, I promised that if I hit 50, I would do this. Let me just double check on OBS to make sure that actually worked. Yes, it did. So there. I have appeared twice on camera, and now I shall never have to do that again. Except last time was a little bit better. I had my Make Klingons Great Again hat, and I had my Thank You, F You, Bye shirt. However, but yeah. Thomas Potts says, make sure you bring something to deal with the pain. Yeah, I have a massager that should work, plus I have painkillers and all that fun stuff. Anti-Trekker says, that's how my back has been for about 10 years. Then it suddenly got worse in May, which is why I'm doing all the crap I'm doing. Yeah, exactly. With my back, as I've said to you, and I don't want to dwell on it too much, but basically I have stage 2 ankylosing spondylitis in my lower spine, which is slowly spreading to my hips, and I have a kidney disease, so they can't use as many anti-inflammatories as they like to use, because the worst thing for a kidney is anti-inflammatories. So they have to have a happy balance, and yeah, so it gets all messed up and stuff, and I get to go for my MRIs and all those fun tests, and I just hope that they don't say spinal tap, because I really hate those. Thomas Potts says, my God, just saw a video. A guy was cleaning out his mother's refrigerator after she died and found a mummified baby that his mother lost after its birth. He was told by her it was a wedding cake top. Oh, wow. Okay, that's a little strange. Thomas Potts, $900. I thought it was free in Canada. It is for me, because the provincial government, because it's a, shall we say, still in trials, I get coverage. However, our medication, contrary to popular belief, is not covered. It is if you go to the hospital. So hospital stays, we still pay for ambulance. Hospital stays don't cost you. You can get extra, so you have a private room, etc., etc. But not everything is as free as we'd like it to be. But just the main things, like doctor's appointments, most medical tests, most treatments are still free. Like my MRIs, I don't have to pay for, which is good, because one year I had 4 of them. And hospital stays, etc., like that, we don't pay for. But for the most part, our healthcare system is taxpayer paid, but we still have to cover things like medication. But because I'm on disability, I get a little bit more coverage than your average Canadian. But yeah, so there are. It's complicated. Anti-tracker, yeah, something that a lot of folks do not understand. When I do a live stream, I'm in a bad way. By the end, I just put on a good face. Yeah, and that's what you have to do. But yeah, so when you say your back is bothering you, I really feel for you, because I know what you're talking about. Life with Matthew says, hey, 50 subs, congrats. Derek McManus, that's extreme, Thomas. Anti-tracker, sitting up for a couple hours is rough. Standing is also difficult. Yes, standing and sitting are probably the worst. It's not really walking, because the ankylosing is a inflammatory disease, so my knees will inflame, my ankles will inflame, my neck. Yeah, once it starts spreading from my back, I'm pretty much done for the day. Derek McManus, well, my late father-in-law was alive. He worked for the water board, and they found a baby someone had flushed. Oh, wow, that's insane. Thomas Potts, where the hell do they come up with disease names? I have no idea. It took me about 3 weeks just to be able to say it. My kidney disease I still can't pronounce, and don't ever ask me to spell it, because I cheat and use Google. Anti-Trekker, dang, we are like pain brothers. I had a kidney infection a few years back, so I cannot take any anti-inflammatories as well. Yeah, my kidneys are right now operating at 32%. Last time I saw my kidney doctor, he said the kidney is not improving. I go back in November, and all he could say was, I can promise you won't be on dialysis this year. However, it is in your future. So that was fun and cheery. But yeah, unfortunately, and actually, to be blunt, because the medication I take for the my back weakens my immune system, some of the kidney treatments weaken your immune system too. So when they're treating my kidney and they're treating my back at the same time, I basically have to live in my house because I basically have an immune system that's wiped out. Right now it's running at about 50%. But yeah, Black Adam, how was fishing? You took less hippie than your voice. You look less hippie than your voice. Oh, well, I've got pictures that can prove otherwise. But anyway, because I used to have as long a hair as Anti-Trekker, not as gray, but still as long. And actually, my daughter keeps bugging me to do it again. But I won't because it's just too much of a pain in the butt. Anti-Trekker, thoughts for tomorrow. Thomas Potts says, I think Bird of Prey uses Voodoo Doll on AT. Yeah, that wouldn't actually surprise me. Black Adam, today is my granddad's 16th anniversary. Miss him every day. I feel for you, Black Adam. My father's birthday was July the 28th. So yes, I feel for you. And my father went when I was 19. I'm now 35. So yeah, I totally understand. Black Adam and Rambling Canuck. I walk with a crutch, weak ankles, depression, brittle teeth, and very fat. God, we're pinnacles of health. Well, yeah, they've got to get that. They've got to start getting those, robotic bodies or whatever. Because I'll take 2. They need to go on sale. Buy one get one free or something. As long as Anti-Trekker's just not on your head. Okie dokie. But yeah, wow, I'm not used to being able to tell the delay, and now with the camera up, I can see the delay. That is very, very disconcerting. Thoughts, bro. He was basically my father, helped raise me and turn me into a nerd. Yeah, my stepfather was my dad. I never knew my real dad. My stepdad, Arthur Knowles, was my dad. He was born in 1928. And so you can tell I was raised a little old school. Yeah. I was, yeah. To say my house was not politically correct would be an understatement of the century. My stepfather actually was on home defense for a year in 1946 to 47. Your real dad missed out. Man, his loss. Yeah, that's basically the way I put it. But yeah, my mother passed when I was 12. My father at 19. So, yeah, wow. That is weird being able to see that. I got to cover that up because it's just kind of weird to see the lag. There we go. We're gonna cover that up. Cause yeah, to see the lag is a little weird. There we go. Black Adam, LOL. I was raised the son of two rebels. I'm not PC in any way. Yeah, the only problem is it gets me in trouble because the older I get, the more I sound like my father. Yeah. My dad, once he hit 65, lived and died by the theory that he was officially retired and officially no longer gave a flying F what anybody had to say, that he had lived long enough to say whatever the hell he wanted. So, my teenage years was fun. To give you an idea of my dad's, and I'm kind of going on a tangent here, but forgive me. To give you an idea of my dad's personality, when my dad was diagnosed with lung cancer for the second time, the doctor had my father in his office, and he basically did the gloom and doom speech for about a half an hour, going over about how they couldn't really do much. They could just keep him comfortable. If they did surgery, it would spread. He's not healthy enough for chemo. Yada, yada, yada. And he dragged it out for about a half an hour. And my dad just sat there and looked at him. And at about the 30-minute mark, my dad looked at him and says, "Are you done?" And the doctor says, "Yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say." He says, "Good, because I need a cigarette." He got up, walked out, and lit a cigarette. That was my dad. Another quick story of my dad and doctors. One thing the doctors used to give him grief about was my father liked to have his drink. My father liked to have his cigarette. So the doctors would spend 20 minutes of every doctor visit telling him he had to quit. So one day, my dad went into the doctor's office, sat down, and before the doctor could say anything, my father looked right at the doctor with a stone-cold straight face and said, "Well, Doc, I don't smoke and drink anymore." And he stopped, didn't say a word. Now, I knew personally that this was a crock because he had just had a cigarette on his way to the doctor's office. So the doctor went on a 30-minute congratulatory, "Way to go, Art. I'm so happy to hear that." And then at about the 30-minute mark, my dad cut him off. He says, "On the other hand, I don't smoke and drink any less." So yeah, that was my dad's. That was my dad. My grandfather was a word sarcastic when he had cancer. He said, "Right, so went home, cut the grass, and had 2 years to live. I hate cigarettes." Yeah, my father was stubborn. And I even picked up the bad habit. But my father was stubborn to the point where I don't care what medical doctrine you put in front of my dad would just look at you and go, "Cigarettes don't cause cancer. You can't prove it." Now, my father had lung cancer twice. That might have been a proof positive to anybody else. To my dad, it was just propaganda. So, go figure. But I'm not sure if anybody caught Trekyard's live stream and got to see the Star Trek convention in its starting stages and got to see a couple of really good shots of the Enterprise E and a couple other little things. So if you haven't seen it, go check it out. It's kind of cool. I walk around. It's not very busy right now. And a lot of things aren't even there. They're still in setup mode for the most part from what I could see. But yeah, so that's pretty much it. Also, I have to replace my mug. You probably can't see it, but it says OCD, and it used to say, what did it used to say? Obsessive coffee disorder. Yeah, that's what it said. Obsessive coffee disorder. Black Adam says I would have liked him. Yeah, he was definitely a character. He could make any situation funny. As long as you had the right sense of humor. If you were too sensitive, you wouldn't like my dad, because my dad never censored himself ever. So yeah, if you were easily offended, yeah, forget it. My father is probably the only person I know to have gotten kicked out of a Catholic church for making the entire congregation go so quiet that you could have heard a pin drop for 5 minutes. And I think the priest's jaw hit the floor, bounced back, went back to the floor, and went back about 4 times. It was halfway through the sermon. The sermon ended immediately after my father decided that he was going to, yeah. He was pushed. I'll give him that. He was pushed. And, yeah, it didn't end well. Bird of Prey 5 says, I saw most of it. They met Mecha. Yep. And Midnight's Edge. Unfortunately, when they did that, my stream was buffering, so I kind of missed it. But yes. It wasn't bad. It looks cool. I'd love to go one day, but a little bit above my price range. Black Adam says, I said what brother he said exactly. But yeah, so yeah, I'm kind of interested to see what they're going to release with the two cons being so close together, San Diego and Vegas. I'm kind of curious if they are going to release anything new or another trailer or anything, or if they're just going to kind of still ride the wave of the last trailer and then release something later. Although I did see on Star Trek Online that CBS is definitely going to try to milk the TNG fans, because they're releasing in October, they're releasing a DVD / Blu-ray combo of all 4 TNG movies, plus 2 episodes of the Next Generation TV series, and it will come with its own limited edition comic book that is only going to be sold with the box set. So yeah, there's that. Bird of Prey 5. What did you think of the Borg cube that they had on display from Picard, the model? Or did you see that part on Trek Yards? I thought it was kind of cool, but yeah. But yeah, so there goes my back. Black Adam, on the way out, he said, Jesus loves you. My granddad said, you don't know Jesus. My dad did a little worse. Yeah. Bird of Prey 5 says he missed the cube. Oh, well, it looks really cool. I definitely go back and watch it. It's on part 2, about right near the end. There is a display model of the cube that somebody made, some company made, and it's probably going for some ridiculous amount of money. But it looks really cool. Although the closer you get to it, you see some of the stuff they have in it, and it makes it look a little cheap. However, from a distance, it looks nice. But on closer observation, I think it just kind of looks kind of tacky a little bit at close inspection. From a distance, it looks really cool, but it looks a little tackier the closer in you get. Black Adam, my gran was proud of that. Black Adam, read my comment before that. Oh, I missed a comment. Comment before that was, I said what brother he said exactly. Okay. There. Was that the comment you were talking about, Black Adam? Thought I had gotten them all. But yeah, it's definitely worth going to look at. Like I said, it would be nice to have it on display as long as people couldn't get too close to it, because the closer you get to the cube, the tackier it looks, in my opinion anyway. But it does look cool. And the one Enterprise model, Enterprise E, they highlighted, it was beautiful. It was well lit. It was about 6 feet. It's just beautiful. Definitely would like to have that in my living room. Not sure where I'd put it, but I'd find a place. I'd definitely find a place. Pardon me, I need a coffee here. But yeah, so it should be interesting to see what they actually release. I'm not so sure they're going to do too much on Picard, just because they just released one trailer. I think if they do another trailer this time, it'll be releasing too much too soon. And then you're going to get a problem of oversaturation, because it just... Normally the way trailers go, or they go, you get the one, then you get a better one, and you get a really better one, and then you get the final one. So I think if they try to hot shot it too much, I think they're going to oversaturate and give away too much, I think. But I could see them doing something with Upper Decks or Star Trek Discovery. But I don't think there's going to be too much on Picard. Black Adam says, I want to see a backdoor pilot in Picard. Maybe? Oh, I'm not exactly sure what you mean. But yeah, I don't think they're going to show another... I don't think they're going to release another trailer. Not this close together. If they do, I think it's a mistake. I think they should wait. just for a little bit longer. Just to kind of let that one settle, and then, but I mean, this is CBS, so yeah, we never know. But I think what they might do is they might release a little bit more with Discovery, probably more on the animated series, and then kind of go from there. But it'll definitely be interesting to see what the videos that will be incoming, and I'll miss most of them, and I'll have to be playing catch up on Monday when I get back from the lake. But sorry folks, this is a quick one, but if I'm going to get that Enterprise review out, I'm going to have to lay down for a little bit and then get back to watching it, editing it, and all that good stuff. Black Adam says you should get Bird's face on a bug and egg cups. No, I'll just confuse everybody, and I'll get him to send me a Krogan flag, and I'll put it up at the campsite. I can have everybody walking by going, "What in blue place in hell is that?" That could be interesting. Black Adam says, Bird of Prey 5, are you going live? Yeah, that's another reason why I'm going to end it, because I know Bird of Prey 5 will probably be going on soon. But that, and I'm starting to tear up, so I'm going to have to call it quits here. Thank you all. I greatly appreciate everyone who watches my videos, comes to see me. I greatly appreciate Bird of Prey 5, Anti-Trekker, and anybody else who's given me a shout out on their videos. I never expected to hit 50, so I would I'd just like to thank everyone that has supported this channel, either with a like, a comment, watching a video. I'm greatly appreciated, and here's to many more videos, many more live streams. But again, just a quick reminder, I will not be on Friday because I'll be at the lake, and Monday will either be afternoon or evening. Maybe evening, so I can show off the evening Ramble graphic that I've never used. Maybe that might be the idea. But with that, thank you all for coming. And as I always say, take her easy, folks.